Monday. I think it's like.
Are we live? Have you signed any players yet? People, deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. First things first, people. I hope you're all doing well and safe on this Monday morning, regardless of the football team. We've got to remember real life is more important. We've got to take, count our blessings that we're awake. First things first, wishing you lot continued good health. Second of all, with it being Monday, I hope you're all having a great start to the Monday, and I hope you're all progressively moving towards your goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, and aspirations. I always say it, you can't do any of that without health. If you ain't got your health, you're dead, innit, people? Simple as that. So wishing you lot continued health, physically, financially, mentally, spiritually, all the illies and things like that. Please do me a favor, get your talking points in, get comfortable, hit the like button, make sure you're following on Twitch, because we're going live at 4:30 to play Football Manager. Appreciative to everyone who was at my 10 o'clock Twitch stream. I'm going to be live at 10 a.m. tomorrow. We was talking about football, we was talking about Arsenal, I spoke about Aubameyang, I spoke about Kroenkes. All of that will be re-uploaded onto YouTube and clipped up and things like that. It's like you lot can't even see, but I'm actually doing that right now. Oh, you can probably hear that. Let's cut that slightly. Can I show you, look? Look, you big up you lot. You lot can see quickly. Look, you lot can see right here, people. Look, this is the content we're doing for you lot. Let's get that. Why is this not moving out the way for me? All right, there we have it. We need to cut that a little bit more as well. Big up Premiere Pro. Let's slap that there. Cut that. Chop that. Do that. And then, yeah, that will be content out for you guys later today, people. But yeah, if you want to catch that in real time, make sure you're following the thing on Twitch, people. Let's export that as well. And hopefully it doesn't. There's no problems, just so that I can get that out for you lot. If it does do what it's supposed to do, then that should mean getting it out for you lot in good time, which could be sometime in the afternoon, where obviously time is of the essence, essentially. So yeah, there's that. Let's make sure we're exporting that for MP3. Make sure you're following on Spotify as well, people. Obviously, I tried to make sure I do the MP3 version for you lot. There you lot have it. You've got an MP3 version. I don't really like I like hella tabs open, but I like to have hella programs closed. So that one there should be doing that. It says 20 minutes. Let's go back up here. What are you lot saying, people? I hope everyone's doing well and safe. I hope everyone's in good spirits, as said and as stated, people. So yeah, man, it is what it is. Let's remove that. What else do I need to do? Sorry, folks, I'm still here. But with that being said, I think we're missing out some. I feel like I'm missing out some reports and things. Here we go. Not that. That's some Isaac stuff. Oh, I've already fingied it. It's a bit awkward, so it shows where I'm at. Where else is there? That's Isaac. Am I missing out anything for you lot? I don't think so. So yeah, that's the latest on Isaac. Let's slap that all the way here. We'll get into this stuff in a minute, people. Now I can't lie. Shout out to everyone who is on Twitch. I feel like I'm kind of not more accepting of what's going on, because clearly all I've been saying for the last couple of years since I started YouTube is, all I wanted is a midfielder. I wanted it the summer. I wanted the summer Partey came. I wanted it last summer. I wanted it this window. Why we let certain players leave without replacing, regardless of what's said. Again, it's not over to the fat lady sings. The position we find ourselves in with about 18 players, assuming Aubameyang leaves for 17 games, we're playing a dangerous game. We're assuming that we are going to finish among the top 6, which could have been a couple of signings, specifically a midfielder and maybe a striker that could complete our starting 11, could have given us that push. 17 games, we're betting on 2 strikers, respectfully, who have 2 goals from open play. Shout out Aubameyang for going bar. So we're asking for a lot, really. It's an impossible task. We're being unfair to our wavy young players, Smith Rowe, Saka, Martinelli, etc. They're still learning to score goals. We shouldn't now on the best of days, our performances or our getting us 3 points is hinging on them playing well. We've left them to their own devices. We're assuming that there's no, only Arsenal have somehow managed to come out of a window with less depth and less prepared. Chambers can leave on the best of days, but letting Chambers leave, you have to hope that no one gets suspended, no one gets injured, no one suffers any setbacks at centre half, or you're in problems. And as I said on Twitch, We've got 3 centre halves. If Ben White gets injured or Gabriel gets injured, you have to pull Tomiyasu across. Or if Tomiyasu gets injured, you need to remove Ben White and put him right back. That's going to affect our build-up play. That's going to affect the relationships with Saka and Tomiyasu, for example, and elsewhere around the pitch. So we're not helping ourselves, you know. I don't care whose fault it is, whether Edu, you know, I feel great sympathy if Edu and Arteta, you know, like with Arthur Melo, they're identifying and sanctioning and the board are saying no. I don't care if it's Kroenke, if it's Arteta, if it's Edu, you're all involved. You got a lot of brownie points for the summer. We stand to sign no players. You either need to bring in a striker or a midfielder, and it's an impossible task. You know, you can try and activate Isaac's release clause it depends what article you want to read. For me, I'd be going around Aston Villa for Douglas Luiz, Basuma for Brighton, Wolves is Wolves is Ruben Neves, and Leicester's Telemans. You know, none of them are going to sell them to you, at least not for inflated figures. But you've got nothing else. You know, we're betting on a lot. We've got a squad of 18 players, 17 games left. You're relying on 2 strikers to lead the line and make the difference, where, you know, nothing gives us the edge with them, really. You know, you're hoping no one gets injured in defense, and you've got extreme inconsistencies in the middle of the park on the best of days, highlighted even now. You know, you look at United, they're just letting Van der Beek go on loan, you know, for whatever reason. Maybe Pogba's getting fit. In hindsight, why did we allow Ainsley Maitland-Niles to head out to Roma as soon as the opportunity was there? It looked like someone was going to sign. And again, I said it on Twitch, but I think one thing that's become abundantly clear, much like on the field, we can actually plan. I do think we came into the January window with a plan, with something to do. The problem is everyone's got a plan until there's a spanner in the works. We probably tried to go for Vlahovic, saw the Isak thing, saw these strikers doing what we're doing in midfield, but for one reason or another, they're all going away. This is why I don't hear excuses, because people have made things happen. You know, it's fair play. We was laughing at Spurs. They always say you should last. You know, hopefully the signings are flop, but them man are getting Bentancur and Kulusevski, giving them an edge. Newcastle, left, right, and centre were getting rejected for players. You know, every player was linked with them. Martial, Lacazette, you know, every player that was linked with them, they've somehow made it happen. You know, who's to say other people weren't rejected? You know, they brought in Bruno Guimaraes. There's no excuses. Rejection, all of these things. It's an issue, especially if Kroenke and the board have not sanctioned Arthur Melo. And then, you know, it kind of killed me to see, you know, obviously the Rams are in the Super Bowl now, and that's the first time I've heard Kroenke speak. I've never, you know, he's talking about the gaffer, about young players coming through the academy and all of them things in the NFL settings. None of that was said at Arsenal. Anything that now happens beyond this point in the season, all of you have to take blame, because again, you know, I said it on the best of days, with our midfield options, you've got to have, obviously, I'm not asking you to believe in your 4th choice keeper or 3rd choice keeper as much as your 1st, but everyone in that squad has to be able to do a job. You need to have faith that if worse comes to worse for Tomiyasu, Cedric can play to the end of the season, and this guy and that guy. And if we're doing that, we're in a serious issue. You know, we're relying on a lot, because we lack talisman, we lack individual brilliance. We've got some tough games. We've got 6 pointers. We've still got to go to Stamford Bridge. We've still got to welcome United. We've still got to play Liverpool. You've still got the North London derby. You've still got Everton, who might be a different entity under Lampard. You've still got to play West Ham. You've still got to play Wolves, who are doing quite well. We've got to go to Crystal Palace away. We've got to play Southampton. There's hella games. And this is going to be the period beyond others where, again, there's, you know, we've dropped dumb points this season, where we're going to say this is where it was won or lost. There's no, the table, you know, you can't, Arsenal fans can't even do that. Oh, we're the best team in 2022. It's frustrating, man. It's frustrating, man. It's self-inflicted, you know. You said, look, you know, you told us these midfielders were good enough to stay at the end of the season. You're now seeing injuries. You're relying on Lokonga, who you said is playing too much, you know. You've not made it happen in the middle of the park, all up front. You tried to buy a striker in the summer, failed to do it. It was more Tammy Abraham and Lautaro Martinez them times. Now you're at the mercy. You're hoping you can activate Isaac's release clause. He's gone back to Spain, allegedly, you know, for all of that talk of the cars, his and all that tosh. He's not here, in it, really. All the talk of Teleman's agent chatting about the summer. It's all good. But you line these things up in the summer. I'm not saying dead that. I'm happy. You go try and get these guys signed in the summer. But there's still 4 months left of football. And again, the platform where you finish could build upon. Clearly, for me, the aim, you know, the club, whether in the start of the season, clearly the aim was not top 4. It doesn't mean it's acceptable to give up on it. And we found ourselves competing for it. But it's almost like we're assuming that we're going to get top 6. Can you honestly say Arsenal are going to get top 6? As much as I think we can, can you say it's a dead certainty? Like you could say the top 6 is going to consist of Liverpool, of City, Chelsea as well. That's 3 places. 4th is anyone's bet. I'd probably give it United or West Ham, really. I pray it's not Spurs. They could, the new signings, Conte effect. They've got talisman. Our talisman are the young players. And we've seen this up and down. We ain't got no talisman. We ain't got no reinforcement. The midfield still inconsistencies. Striker is a joke. Really, honest to God, you might as well ask Henry to play. Realistically, you might as well ask Henry to play. I hope Eddie turns it. I hope Eddie gets that Joe Willock potion and he goes for a bit of form, because goals win games. Goals win games. Midfield battles are half the job. We can defend, but it is what it is, man. It's scary, man. It's scary hours. Sorry for airing people as well. Morning, DG. Bless up. I said a few weeks ago that we only panic back at the end of the window to appease that fans. Been a thing for years now. We're looking like amateur FC rather than Arsenal FC. It's actually the hope that kills you. I got up so early for this. I'm so disappointed what is going on behind the scenes, bro. For me, I don't even care what's going on behind the scenes. I don't care that you tried. I don't care that you tried. I big up you lot for trying to bring people in, but there's no trying. If I tried to pass a test and I fail, I don't get the qualification, and that qualification that I might have been trying to get apprenticeship, go to uni, go college, it don't bang. You don't get awards for trying. You get, in the same way you don't get points for playing well, you get points for winning. What is going on? Because I'm braced to see an athletic piece out. Kroenke sanctioned this. Arteta and Eddie did that. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you tried, you tried. But, bro, there's no trying. We've tried to get top 4 hella times. What's going on? It's almost, we've clawed our season back, and it's almost like we're acting like the season's finished. But, hey, let's see, man. Let's see what's going on, man. On a side note, I wonder how many listeners sing along with the intro, DG. I don't know. But what I will say is when that's... I can't lie, man. I can only imagine what footballers feel like. Because me, little Sunday league, I can't lie. When the supporters, them are chanting that, it's a different sort of buzz. It's a different sort of buzz. 18 outfield players. Bro, you're asking for a lot of variables to go away, Aubameyang has arrived in Barca ahead of his move there. So, yeah, as I said on Twitch, farewell, Aubameyang, man. He's doing his thing. Oi. Barcelona, Sonny, Xavi, playing under Xavi, still technically in Europe. He speaks the language. I'd rather sit on the Barcelona bench than the Arsenal one. Fair play to him. We're cutting off our nose to spite our face. And when you can do that with no replacement, that tells me there isn't any real pressure. That tells me we don't really have a goal of this season. This tells me that even though we found ourselves in a good position for Europe and how that can affect us, we're not doing anything. How we move off the field with recruitment and foresight and stuff affects us on it. How we've been playing on it, and especially from now to the end of the season, is going to affect what we can do off it. You either get Champions League, which is a myth now, you get Europa League, which I hope so, or you get none, and all of these things affect you. It's brazy, man. It's brazy. Shambles, Edu and Arteta better pattern today. Bro, I said I would shut my mouth until 11. Bro, tomorrow at 11:30, I got a lot to say. Sky saying Aubameyang deal only business likely at Arsenal. Probably. There's no point even doing deadline day stream. Shout out to Aubameyang for landing in Barca. You leave with your head held high. You carried it. I know you and Arteta. It needs to happen. We need to not stop being a story. But what I don't like is not the fact that Aubameyang's leaving. It's the effect it causes. Again, it's the resource. Aubameyang's a resource. He's a striker. I know he's playing poor, but he's technically got more goals in the league than the 2 ones we're using. But he's an asset. It's the ripple effect cause. Now, okay, cool. Yeah, all right, cool. We puffed out our chest. Aubameyang violated. He's gone. If something happens to Lacazette or Aubameyang, what are we doing now? Young Martinelli's got to go up there. And even if we do that in mid-game, what's going to happen? You look at other teams, you have to play the game. Tuchel, I'm sure he wanted to do the same thing with Lukaku, but he had to play the game. This tells me there's no immediate pressure because it doesn't I don't get the vibe that we need 3 points and that ultimately there's something we're trying to do this season. It's brazy, man. It's absolutely brazy, man. Sandra, I hope they don't do it to us, but I can only deal with what's in front of me. I'm not no finance man. I don't know what we're doing or not doing. We've got a decent chance of top 4. Bro, we've got a decent chance of top 6 off the back of back-to-back 8th finishes, But instead of making focus on this window improving with better starting 11 players, even depth, we've somehow gotten worse. Make it make sense. And all I can hope for is the building blocks are being done for the summer because you're going to lose. You need a midfield on the best of days. El Nene's gone. You need to bring in a midfielder or 2. Laka's gone. You need to bring in, and Eddie is. You need to bring in a striker or 2. I hope we go on a purple patch, man. Man said Morata solid signing. Crazy. I'm doing well, man. The only thing pissing me off is Arsenal, really. So, yeah, I'm good, man. Do you know about the Raul de Paul guy? Just that he's got 2 red cards. And he seems decent, but again, I don't know nothing. You'd have to ask him Espanol done. I don't know, man. Bro, what are you on about? Morata is a solid player. I don't know about that, but Morata's going to be here for 4 months. On one hand, I do think you'd be given a platform to play. You're playing for a big club, but what's his commitment? 29, going to be here for 4 years. Been at big clubs. Been under more 30 managers. Going to be in a young group after going through serious squads. What's his commitment like? When it's time to roll up your sleeves, is he going to be 100% 30, or if you're keeping it moving? It's a myth. Morata's not a bad player, but we want more headache. It's like I've got a banging headache, so I'm gonna back some rare Neff. Like that's gonna help, ain't it? But to be fair, mate, for the Arsenal, man, eh? Let's go. What's the time, man? I'm not falling off, but I want some Phil Mitchell thing. Oh, Morata is not poor. He's not particularly good, man. It's not hard to be better than Eddie. It's crazy, man. And let's be honest, the current Spain squad is in the gutter. Thing about Aubameyang is his form may have dipped, but he's always given 100%. Can't say the same for Eddie. He's come on and been invisible. No, to be fair, Charlie, Eddie's just meaty. I don't think he's tried not to do a thing. He's just meaty. We just put people in positions they can't fill. When I see this Lacazette and Eddie thing, it's the same for me with Giroud in that these are not bad players. But now, man, I have to judge you on the best of days, you have to judge Lacazette harshly. It costs 52 mil. But if your first choice striker for me, that tells me, obviously he's not going to get 20 league goals. But if you're starting for my club week in, week out, that tells me you're the talisman, you're the difference maker, and typically you're the goal scorer. And I would say for me, if I'm looking at it in August, if you're the main striker for any club, I can't rate you if you don't have 20 league goals, unless it's a Firmino, Mo Salah thing where them man are making up the difference, where that might even be an avenue. I've never had to doubt Eddie's integrity. It's just the levels. Aubameyang, whatever's happened with Arteta, he can leave with his head held high, man. He's been one of our better signings of the Emirates era. Emirates era. He pulled this club along at times when we were shit. Let's be real with us. Not that we've improved now. For me, it's just about whatever you say about, for me, again, Arteta's not wrong in rubbing out Aubameyang, but it's like the collective, we need to put our personal bullshit aside for the collective, and the collective is having more options. We've got 2 options up front. For me, you might as well just run Martinelli there. Lacazette first choice or Martinelli. I'd throw Martinelli up there, bring in Pepe or Smith Rowe off the flanks. You, man, just get your experience, do what you're doing. That's it, innit? You can't tell me you want top 6, you want top 4, you're weakening the squad. And the thing is, you're relying on youth, which is good, but some of these guys have been here, but some of them haven't. You look at the Spurs squad, they might be meaty, but they've got experience, man. United, man, have been in situations before. West Ham, a lot of street smart individuals, We're acting like the season's done. And even though there's a lot of variables out of our control to get in top 4, we had a lot of injuries, the variables that we can control, breaking down low blocks, winning games you're supposed to win, remaining focused, bringing in players off the field. We're not patterning it. It's self-inflicted nonsense. And then again, you're relying on, you're putting unrealistic expectations on the other players. And as we already know, when you've got a small squad and you have to keep playing certain man, you're increasing the risk of injuries. It's crazy, man. I don't know, Gary, why there's a circus around Arsenal's transfers, man. But to be fair, there wasn't about Chambers leaving, innit? We woke up and saw Chambers was keeping it moving. I don't give a fuck what Arteta says in the press conference. There's nothing man can say, bro. Respectfully, I respect Arteta. I like him. But what I don't like is people insulting my intelligence. And I know if I see Arteta speak and I see Edu speak, it's going to be insulting my intelligence in relation to this transfer market. I don't care what man have to say. The last 2 windows, it's about business. Arsenal, it's about business. I said in August, the gloves are off for everyone. I just care about results. I don't care about no player, no manager's personal bullshit. It's the results. Simple as that. And let's hope. You've clawed your season back from a disastrous point. Boy, we'll have to see. But I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. None of that. I don't want to hear nothing. All I ask for is a centre mid. I'm not going to lie to you. This is where, you need to have, by all means, have your Vlahovic's and your Isaks and Telemans and all these guys. But this is where you need some unknown dons. I can't sit here and name a million unknown dons, but you have your plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. Surely You should be prepared for any eventuality in the market. Okay, in an ideal world, we would have got Vlahovic, we would have got Arthur Melo, but that doesn't happen. What else? Like I said, Newcastle and all them man there, left, right, and centre man are rejecting them. They've walked away with something. Spurs got twang for Adama Traore. They made something happen. You know what's going on? Newcastle getting zanged for beer, guys. They've made something happen for themselves. Fair enough. Diego Carlos is, not the same as Dan Burn, but they made something happen. They were going with Martial and these sort of men. Then they got linked with, they brought in Chris Wood. You get the vibe. Newcastle are signing players to help them get out the championship, but also some players that help them stay. It's crazy. I have sympathy. If, for me, it looks like the board. I do think Arteta, Kroenkes aren't giving them peace. Because why is Bruno Guimaraes not being done? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I have to stress over my club because I fucking love this stuff, man. This club, well, not necessarily the club, but being around this club helped man battle depression. I love football and I love my club, but I can always, I feel myself detaching from this. Like for me, the season's done, man. Like it's not that it's done. It's like the small optimism I had is gone now. Like I hope something happens, but I can't. I look at our playing stuff. I don't believe in you, man. I like you, man. I think some of you are good, but even the ones I think are good, I can't say 10 games. I can't say 5 games. I know what I'm getting from certain men. So I can't say 10 games. So how can I talk about the last 17? There's a lot of football. And as you've seen, I feel Arsenal fans, we stumble across some formations and some tactics and things. And man talk like that's the thing for life. Like they did with Aubameyang or with Lacazette and Aubameyang being the guys, or necessarily Smith Rowe through the middle. And you've seen things change really and truly. Lacazette does the general play thing. I think people are being not unfair on Lacazette, a bit hypocritical, because the same things he's doing now, even though we're having a wobble, he was doing it. It's just that we was winning, other man was scoring, no one cared. He was missing calamitous chances. He was anything but prolific. He's taken the same amount of shots as Gabriel, the centre-half, not Martinelli, Gabriel. This is Lacazette. He's shot shy, general play, dropping deep. I'm not even getting him. He's not a goal scorer. So the club, what are the club doing? And when you're allowed to do this, this tells me there's not really pressure on your job, especially when there's no need for a replacement. It's bewildering for those up top, man. I don't want no participation trophies, bro. That's shit. You don't get awards for that. And I feel there is no balance with Arsenal. I feel Arsenal fans rationalize some bullshit. I feel certain fans are way too aggy in that. It's crazy, man. Man are fighting, bro. Horse, I respect you, but man are fighting for Morata's cases, bro. This is what I'm saying. We're in the gutter. I'm seeing people in the group in the chat fighting Morata's case. Man are talking about Morata, blood. What are we doing? It's a tough window. We know all of this. We know it's a win. Like, I've got no sympathy for that. Man knew the job they was taking. Donny's knew, as I said in the summer, the work for this window had to have started in the summer, which you probably saw with certain other clubs. We knew Chambers, El Nene, well, who hasn't left, Chambers, El Nene, Lacazette, Eddie and Nketiah, these contracts are running down. We knew we was going to have to address this Aubameyang thing. We knew midfield on the best of days is a problem, and certain man were going AFCON. I've got no, but bro, this... Well, if you ain't got money to spend, make something happen. Like, make something happen. Man says he has Jack Daniels. Drink responsibly. I'm not losing it. It's just brazy, man. It's just brazy. The day isn't done yet. I've got hope, but as I keep saying, I can only deal with what's in front of me. I don't like holding my hands and doing kumbaya. I like seizing my future. I like claiming my liberty for myself. I don't like looking at external forces or things I can't see. I can only deal with what's in front of me, and what's in front of me is this playing squad. If it changes by 11 p.m., it's a long time, fair play, but I can only tell you what's in front of me, my guy. We've got a good young squad with a couple young Gs, but with young players developing comes inconsistencies, and it's unfair. It's even unfair on Lokonga. These men keep saying, and I keep mentioning that because I think it's the perfect example. If you have a young player, you have to know how to nurture them and when to play them, when not to play them, and all these things. Man keep saying, yeah, Lokonga will be back up. Lokonga's playing much. Long term, that's going to help Lokonga. But right now, in the immediate need to get Europe and the immediate need for 3 points, take the man out the side and slap a more experienced individual in. You can't do that because we haven't got that. Yeah, against Wolves, things are going to change. I'm sure El Nene, Xhaka, Partey, they're all back. But 17 games, can we say there's not going to be any? I hope to God. But can we say there's going to be no suspensions, no red cards, no injuries, no losses of form? I have hope, but listen, I'm not just going to do the kumbaya thing. Like, I'm never just going to be vexed for the sake of being vexed. I'm never just going to do the kumbaya thing for the kumbaya. I'm not here to cap. I'm here to say exactly how I feel. Just joined, but have you seen the Bruno promo? Yeah, I seen that, man. Bro, fuck Bruno Guimaraes and whatever. He's throwing shade. It is what it is. He's not an Arsenal player. He's probably saying, bro, you should have bought, man. Hopefully, if Newcastle get relegated, there's a relegation clause, but it's irrelevant. Man's gone now. He's gone. 2 goals from open play, bro. Respectfully, I'm not even getting at them, but they can't do it. They haven't got it. They've never done it. You can't do it. How are you gonna be an assassin for hire if you've never caught M? It don't make sense. It don't make sense. It's like asking a chef to cook a Michelin star meal, and my man's never even peeled a potato. It's not making sense. Like, man are putting man in boots they can't fill, and that's great for Eddie. Eddie's gonna get a platform. Arteta can, even though Arteta's made a big song and dance about Eddie, he's only played 50 minutes. He can help him. But what if Eddie says, "Oh, thank you. You know, I've put myself in the shop window safe, man. I'm going to where I'm going in the summer." Come on now, man. As much as we scream long term and the project and we hide behind what we've done in the summer business, when you look at it, there's inconsistencies with all experienced players at this club. There's inconsistencies with striker and in the middle of the park, and actually with, key areas. So have we really addressed the spine and all of this that stuff? Bro, we all knew it was going that way. The January window started wavy. Vlahovic, we on him. Telemans, we's at London. Telemans agents at London. Coley, Arthur Mello, this, Basuma, that, all these other things. Bro, man, I bet, bro, Arsenal fans, certain man are saying bring Morata. Certain man are just saying splash the bag on Isaac, and I'm not against splashing the bag on Isaac, but again, do it because you believe in the guy. And it'll be unrealistic for Isaac. Your Arsenal fans will be betting on a lot. You're just expecting a 20-odd-year-old who's a project sort of player in himself to come here and do the business. You fail to plan, you plan to fail. And if you fail to have a plan for your plan, there's no excuses. Things happen. Things happen. There's no excuses, man. But Eddie's not even rating it. Eddie's not even signed a new deal. So that means man are not believing empty promises. For all the waffling about keeping Eddie, he's played 55 minutes in the league. Come on now, man. Can't keep taking man for idiots, man. I don't hope Newcastle get relegated. It's irrelevant to us. Why? DJ, I'm surprised you kept it together this long throughout this January transfer window. It's fair to be upset since we still haven't got anywhere. Bro, it's just because we step forward 2 steps, then we step back 3, then we step forward 4, then we step back 4. So it's the illusion of movement. It's like, movement for the sake of movement isn't progress. Trust, any prison FC jokes, bullshit, swipe that up, man. Bro, we're not City, though. I hear us. We could do the City thing in 3, but we're not City because City have 10 other amazing players. And the midfield is spot on. The movement is spot on. The relationships between the fullbacks and the wingers is spot on. From the way the keeper distributes it, is spot on. City literally have a functioning defensive unit, a functioning attacking unit. The whole team defends well from back to front. They just don't have a striker. We don't have that. We don't have a striker. We've got a hit and miss midfield. We've got a young defense still learning. And this is the thing, again, there's too much. In key areas, there's too much inexperience at this club. Midfield should have been priority, man. You must try and improve your squad, but wait. Allow me now, man. This is dead now, bro. My optimism is gone until I hope that I look back. I'm saying, boy, you were tweaking, that club didn't matter. I hope there's something going on, but I don't know, man, because suddenly, Arteta's going like a Bedina going to America, not coming back with nothing. The very fact that Arteta, every window, it's like he has to go and chat to Kroenke to get things done is a problem in itself. Eddie's here smoking cigars, nothing's going on. Forget all of that. I'm not really vexed about that. We heard Edu and the man are staying in England to make some transfers happen. What's going on? The only praise I will give this club, if any, is you've kind of helped the balance sheet really with Aubameyang's depart. Even that, there's no loan fee for Aubameyang. Barcelona are taking not all of his wages, but a lot of them. So technically, Aubameyang can stay there for 4 months, but then he's gonna rock back here in the summer. So what's going on? There's a lot of problems that I feel Edu and Arteta inherit, but there's also a lot of problems I feel they create themselves. for whatever reason. And I've got no sympathy. No one put a gun to no one's head to take this job, you know, or come into this role. As difficult as the Arsenal job is, you need to remember, one, it's a privilege. And two, no one put no gun to no one's head. This ain't no forced worker conditions. You can't stay here and then move mad. It's crazy, man. It's all mad, fam. It's all mad. It's all mad. Hit the like button if you haven't already, folks. Even that, you're hearing West Ham are bidding for Darwin Núñez. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. Lol, man said Paulson. Lol. Might as well just play what you got. If you're gonna bring in shit, man, there's no point bringing in anyone. If I'm honest with you, hit the like button, people. There's 400 odd of you. Unexpected high bills. We're still not even at 100. You lot are violating. Absolutely violating. This is horrible, man. We just gotta move on with it, innit? Really, like, what else is there to say, man? Alan, I hope you're doing well and safe. I think letting average/unhappy players leave is an improvement. I wouldn't say it's an improvement, but what have we improved? Does the squad look better from now, the start of January, to assuming it's closed now? Does it look better? Where's the improvement? Of course, for the summer, the landscape looks different, but if you finish 8th again, you've not made progress. Yeah, there's style of play, youth players and whatnot, but come on now. Like, I do think the stuff fans are meant to be positive about, they're not. They're negative about things they shouldn't. They're, you know, it's a mixed bag. I feel people overcompensate, and I feel respectfully comments like that are what lack balance. You know, there's people being overly negative, people finding positives where there's none. There's absolutely none. Why are man unhappy as well? Fair enough, though, man.